and welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, episode 133. My name is Meg, and I will be your host. You're joining me here in Maryland on a nice hot day. It is going to hit 90s, and yet I have the heating pad on so that the dog won't be cold in the basement. She's about to settle down, so I hope that my voice will just lull her into sleep. Yeah, it has been another week of quarantine, of reading and educating myself, of dyeing a lot of Advent minis. I am already exhausted. I was exhausted by like Monday night. But yeah, so I wanted to take some time, mental breath, spend some time with you, and kind of get into what I have been working on this week, which are a few different things. Last Saturday was the 4th of July. I hope everybody was safe and is still healthy. 'Tis very scary to be, so confined in what we truly can do for something so big as like a party day. Picnic, seeing friends, seeing family did today. So yeah, I hope everyone is still safe and healthy. If you are protesting, I hope that you are safe and healthy. If you are protesting from home as I am, that you are finding ways to make your voice count and amplify the voices of the Black Lives Matter movement. Just gonna cover everything. Ravelry, I am still on Ravelry with my patterns. I'm not taking them off, but I have been moving them slowly over to Etsy. And I am so sorry to all of those who have been having so much trouble with it. I had read that the survey that you take has screenshots that may also trigger you. So just be warned if you are going to take the survey but have problems that perhaps you can't. Yeah. I'm hosting one knit along and one is being wrapped up right now. So talk about that in a minute. Today I am using my I'm dead before coffee mug, and it has dancing skeletons on it. I love them. I got this off of Amazon with a bag of Bones Coffee Company. It was one of the first like larger bags that I bought. I think it was just plain coffee. Today I am drinking Frankenbones, which is hazelnut with a little bit of almond creamer. It's very good and half done. I started kind of chugging it as it was hot because I know I do keep it on a warmer here, but it's never as hot as it is when you like heat it up or just pour it. So yes, knit alongs. The House Pride Cal 2020 should be wrapped up now that it is July. Probably should have closed it off. I'll let you guys finish things and start pulling prizes towards the middle and end of the month. If you use the hashtag HousePrideCal2020, then hopefully I will be able to see your photos to pull prizes from. If I haven't liked it, I haven't seen it, which means that you might be private and I'm unable to see your photos if I don't follow you. So in that case, if you would be so kind as to perhaps tag me in it, I don't know, would that work? Or if you could send it to me in a message as your entry. Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone who can't access Ravelry right now, but would have been putting in an object would have a chance to. Yeah, just calling out Kalisha for her awesome bag last week. She's like, oh, thanks. I'm like, no, seriously, goddess, like, yes, so good. But yeah, so I have been super enjoying seeing everybody's works in progress, and you don't have to finish anything really. It's just, the working. It's it's just the fun of it. And then currently I am hosting the Bad Wolf Girl Christmas in July 4. So it's the 4th year that we are doing it. I'm so happy. I actually have a few things I want to show you as my Christmas work. Also, I know what I should be doing, but we know how I feel about that word, should. Yeah. So, please do use the hashtag BWG Christmas in July 4 for me to see that. Again, if I haven't liked it, I haven't seen it. So share it to your story, tag me in it, help me find you. Help me find you. Is this going off now? All right. It is still morning. I've got a sleepy puppy. I fed her a nice big breakfast, so hopefully that will work. Yeah. All right. Let's move into the podcast proper and start with finished objects. I will start with my older one. These are done. Boom. I used Nomadic Yarns, who is Ashley. She's Nomadic Yarns on Etsy and on Instagram. And I just absolutely love the colors. This is the Little Mermaid Kiss the Girl, and I paired it with my Night Bus colorway. Love. And all I had to do on the second one, I think I had just a few stripes left. Did I start? I can't remember. I think I was on the ribbing last week. Yeah, I think I was on the ribbing. So I just had to finish the ribbing and then put a heel in, and I did that all last night. I think, oh golly, I think this is the new one. Yeah, because it doesn't feel as loose. This feels a little looser because it's been on the blocker for a week. And this would just be if just put on. So did an afterthought heel, cut it in between these two stripes, super clean and nice. Love the color. I love purple. I was a blue kid my entire life, and I still am. I love like turquoise and royal blue and cobalt blue, but purple has taken up a pretty hefty residence in another corner of my heart here, like pretty significantly. And then my next one is based off of my last unicorn sweater pattern. I promised a hat and cowl. So I knit the smallest cowl size. I can't fit it on my head. I tried last night. I can fit it on my head to here as if it were a hat. So if this were a child's hat, it could stretch to the circumference of like 21 inches, 22 inches. So that's about 7 or 8 year old, depending on the child. Yeah. So I worked on the pattern a little bit. I changed how many stars were up here. I moved some over, and then I changed the horns, and I think I like it more. What do we think? What's our feedback here? I'm gonna probably post this. It's still damp. I blocked it last night very, very lightly. It's acrylic, so I wasn't really worried about it growing, but I just thought it would be nice. And yeah, so let me see if I can just open that up for you. Yeah, unicorn. Ba-bom-bom. So good. I'm in between the last unicorn or chasing unicorns, because it's like they're moving, carousel type of motion. But yeah, so if I take this and I put it just like on my head, which I won't do because I actually spent a lot of time on my dragon braid today. Yeah, it does fit around my head tightly, but it does fit. So this is the smallest hat and cowl size. For the cowl, I basically followed the hat instructions. I cast on for what would be the brim, and then I knit the pattern, and then I did a split back so that the bottom could flare out a little bit more with ease. Boop, doop. You can also do like splits here and here, so do like a front and a back. So the split would actually be like on the sides here. So you have a front and a back like a sweater, and then it could go like fold to the front, fold to the back, and just kind of create a shoulder seam. I think this, I mean, it might be my niece's or it might be Gypsy's. I'm not sure yet. How cute it is though. Oh my gosh. I just love it. And if you can just picture, I guess, if we like put it on, it might be something like this. If I could pretend. Yeah. So it's kind of like you get glimpses of rainbow, you get flashes of maybe unicorn, and then it's all just kind of like bundled in there to be warm. I think it'd be pretty fun to use like mohair, or like a fuzzy warm yarn. Acrylic's perfect because you want these to be warm, right? It's not much fabric. So I have another idea for the bottom, and I started it, and I was watching Brad Mondo videos on hair because I don't know why I love his, I do know why, I find them amusing. There you go. That's why. I find it really funny when he does hairdresser reacts videos, just to different things. Yeah, so I was watching those and I was doing it, and then I went to go do the other side, and I was like, this isn't working at all. This is what was I thinking? So I ripped the whole thing out back to this round that before the thing, and I just started the ribbing flat in the back, and I was like, oh, I know what I did wrong. Well, I'm not gonna redo it now, but I know what I did wrong. So, yeah, I will probably try it again. And I just, it's actually, so one, I did this in the color work in one night. If I had one day, if I started in the morning, started in the afternoon, maybe even in the evening when like Pat was playing video games. If I started in the morning and worked, I could have gotten this whole cowl done in a day. But again, I don't have kids, I just have a dog, and I can put my dog on the treadmill when I need to, so. Anyway, I will stop holding this up, but I'm so proud of it. I used all knit picks. No, this white has sparkles in it. They are not showing up very well, if at all, but there are sparkles in it, but it's very, very hard to see. It's very hard to see, so. Anyway, but, and I individually striped the rainbow. It's one stripe of everything. I would say if you wanted to use a self-striping yarn, that would be perfect because it would do it for you. I have a lot of Knit Picks Felici when they did that, but I don't have any in a rainbow. I don't really know. I might look into like Joann's or Michael's or something and just try to get like a little self-striper, because I don't need something that like super stripes, like thick stripes when it does the scarves and stuff, because that would be the entire section. It wouldn't actually change color rapidly, which I need it to. And I could use like DK weight from like a yarn dyer. I just don't own any, and nothing in like cute little rainbows like this. So anywho, I love it. It's not mine, but I love it. And I think it will look really cute just smooched on. I will try to get a photo of Gypsy with it and put it in here too, because she'll be my little baby model. But it's still a little bit cold and a little bit wet from last night, because my upstairs is cold and wet and I just left it. I like wrung it out really well and then laid it on the banister. Why I didn't put it into our air dryer, don't ask me. 12 o'clock brain was not with it. That would have been smart to do that. I did not. So, moving right along, those are my two finished objects. Oh, lies and slander. Using the power of me voicing over, we're going to insert video here. And this is the little bird of happiness that I made for my friend Ashley to celebrate her first 4th of July in her new home. And I was just so happy to be able to visit her. We sat on the porch, we had some wine, we talked about lots of like weddings and puppy and it was a great time. So I just nipped this up real quick and brought it over with me, and now she has that memory. But it was so cute that I absolutely need one too. So I did wind off a little bit before I started some socks, and I am gonna make one for myself, but I don't have it to show you. But I did make that as a finished object as well. That was one evening of work. So yeah, just moving right along. All right, so this brings us into whips. And I guess I will start with anything. I did work a lot on the Little Mermaid sock, so that's one. But two, I dug out of stash Nomadic yarns. Dear Ashley, I love you. Yeah, I dug out of stash Nomadic yarns in the Go Cubs Go color, and I believe it's the 80-20 base, so it'd be 400 yards per skein. But to me, it just says little summer patriotic type of colors. So 4th of July socks, Memorial Day socks, all good. Ugh, I gave myself a really bad paper cut on my pinky. I keep hitting it. It hurts. And here we are. So coming along really well. Let me just take one off, and I will put this in. Okay. So I realized that I don't have any patriotic charms. What I want to get is that 3-color popsicle, the red, white, the rocket pop. I guess it's the red, white, and blue pop. I know people make them. Now I want one. But yeah, so I did cast on the toe on Saturday morning. I am doing them 2 at a time on 1.5s. 2.25 millimeter needles, and it is, I believe, a 36-inch cord or 32-inch cord. It looks too long to be a 24. And I started with the speckled stripe on both, and then since I'm pulling from the inside and the outside and I didn't separate the cakes, they go in opposite directions, which doesn't bug me. That's okay. But I wanted the whites to match up, so I did that. So they are matching more or less on every one, and I am just shy of where I can mark in the heel. I think I'll finish that blue stripe and I'll put the heel either halfway through the red or when the blue and the red touch, depending on how big that blue stripe is. It might be enough. It might be enough. It might have to go in the red stripe, 1 or 2 in the red stripe. And I am using leftovers from the everyday pullover that I made in fingering weight. Lady Mary Blue from Kim Dyes Yarn. That's it. And it is definitely one of my favorite blues. And it matches this really, really well. It's like almost there, so perfect. Speckles on here, really cute. They're very fun. I sat and knit on them with Ashley for like, I think I got 3 stripes done in one day, which is 6 stripes in total plus 2 toes. So for the fact that we were like eating and talking and da-da-da. Then I put on one of my new Progress Keepers. This is one of the toad stools, little boop, from Mario, and this is Simply Serving Handcrafts on Etsy and Instagram. So cute. I love it. But it was like the only thing that I had that was like the right colors. So there it is. Whee! And then the next time that I picked them up, I think I got maybe those next 3 stripes done. And I just kind of like cranked some out during iZombie one night. 6 stripes. And starting the next one. And I really love it. I bought this last summer, not this May, last May. So it would have to be just before May of last year that I got them. Yep, love it. Or it might have been the same time, but a year before, because I definitely remember I had them and I was going into the CVS across the street from the apartments. And I was looking, I had gotten the mail on my way over and I was ripping open the package. I have a vivid memory. I got this and I got the Tits Out Collective yarn that she did. But yeah, so these are my little 4th of July socks, and I will work on them over the summer. They're very summer colors in my head, I guess. I don't know. For reasons. Pat's calling them my, oh gosh, did not. Got tails coming out. What happened here? This must be the first sock, because I know I did it last night on the second sock. Oh, well, anyway, boop. So I did work on that. Then when I was up in the second guest room that will be nursery, I was going through, I still have a lot of stash up there too, under the bed and in the closet, and I'm working. This is good, but there's still more that has to go into it that doesn't really fit. So we're planning something else in long term, but it's saving up to get that. Anyway, I found this, and I was like, oh, I love this bag. What's in it? Halloween socks, because reasons. So the bag is Nomadic yarns. It has this fun, what I like to call a walking handle, where you hook it and you are able to walk with it. Is this really big enough for me to get? Yeah. All right, so I can't get my hand in. It was fighting me for a sec there. But this is one of her Halloween colorways. I think it's last year's or the year before. I think it's called Halloweeny or just Halloween. I do not believe it's Sanderson Sister, because I already owned that one, and that was Hiverland Yarns. Thread is so dry this morning. So I started these a while ago, 1 or 2 years. And when I started them, I was doing this little slip stitch pattern. So every time I would hit a new stripe, I would slip it. And you can see like I kind of forgot one spot, and so this is where I picked them up again. I just stopped. I decided that I was going to flip what was the front and what was the back. So this was the front. And now it's the foot, like it's the underside. And this is going to be the top. or the front of the sock, because I don't have the brain space, but I love the socks. I don't have the brain space to even slip stitches. I can't do it. I just need to zone out and keep my hands busy. So whatever works. This one is maybe an inch shorter than the ones that I'm working on right now with the Patriotic. Hilarious. I'm like basically in the same spot on 2 socks. So Halloween colorway, and I think I had pulled out this mini to pair with, can you see it? I think you can. This mini to pair with, super cute. And yeah, like I love the striping pattern. I love doing it when I can. I just can't even slip stitches right now because I constantly forget, and then I have to tink back, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I just want to knit. So I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and right now, knitting socks in the round is making me happy. I got a progress keeper. This is the shrunken head from the third Harry Potter in the night bus, and this is by Simply Serving. It was a specialty charm that she did for Molly the Homespun House when she did, I think the night bus is the colorway. But yeah, so that is currently marking what my last spot that I picked them up at is, and sorry, I'll make it stop. Yeah. You can see I even have a couple here. I was gonna do it on both sides, and I don't have the brain space. It won't matter. That won't matter, but I just couldn't do it every stripe again, which is such a shame because it's such a cute thing to do, but yeah. Anyway, so these will be the socks now, and just loving their little witchy vibe. I can't remember what the color's called, but it went so well with this bag. I had to get them together. It's the perfect Halloween bag to go with these socks. Oh my gosh. Oh, my paper cut hurts so bad. I have to put a Band-Aid on it. That's what I have to do. I have to protect it. Protect it. Okay, so these are kind of the only 2 other things that I have been working on. Yes. Bird, cowl, sock, socks. Okay, so everything else is future knitting. I got a few skeins in from Nomadic Yarns, so I'm going to show that in Mr. Postman. And then my cast-ons that I want to make for my Christmas in July knit along, my second version of the Night Bus colorway, which actually they're not super different, but one definitely has much more pink in it. So they might just end up being 2 colors, 2 different colors. Like I'll add a deepness to this purple to make it go more blue, and I'll add more pink to Night Bus to make it go this way, and we'll just separate them from their closeness. And then if you are a SpongeBob fan and you have seen the new movie Sponge on the Run, you'll appreciate what I've got coming down the pike. So let's move right into Mr. Postman. My next cast on, I almost had it cast on, but I allowed myself to cast these on because I was about to be done this, which would be a pair. So I was like, okay, if I finish this, I can cast this on. Obviously I had enough needles to be able to do both, but mentally I wanted to do that for myself. So I didn't finish this till last night, but I had it in the back of my head that I had to do it because I had already cast these on. And then I found this, which was almost like casting on something new, except it was a whip, so why not? So I was working on that, but I want something for my Christmas cow. So this is Nomadic Yarns in the Christmas Tree Forest? No. Christmas Tree what do you call it when people go to pick up their Christmas tree? Farm? Christmas tree farm? It's really pretty. It's got greens, browns, gold, light tan, dark tan. Yeah. And I'm gonna pair it with burgundy for Christmas because it already has green in there and brown. So I think burgundy would be really cute with it. So that is one. Another Christmas one is Santa's Secret, which actually had a mug of Santa's Secret tea last night. I don't know if that is what she is referring to, but I do love some Santa's Secret tea. It's very fun. Red mint. I love mint. I love mint. I love mint. Oh my gosh. I almost caked this up, but I went with this one because it was a bit lighter for summer, because it is still summer. So, I mean, I don't know why I use quotes. It is summer, but I'm getting Christmassy things anyway. And then, this one is That's Not How the Force Works. And I just love it because Pat and I just watched all 9 that have come out in the last everything recently. So I started at, we did it movie chronologically, not year chronologically, because it came out like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. We started at 1 and went to 9. And then we also had watched The Mandalorian. And I was watching a little bit of Clone Wars that was animated on Netflix. So I got this, That's Not How the Force Works, for Pat and I to have some socks. So I got the most yardage. I got 462 yards. So that'll be plenty for him to have full socks. I'll have regular socks, probably like that length or so. And then everything else will go into his socks. And maybe a little bird of happiness just to go on our tree too. Because this was the year that I watched every single Star Wars. Go quarantine. And then last, I got Which Better Have My Candy on Twisty Sock, which is her 400 yard 80-20 base. Yes, it looks a lot like the ones that I'm working on, but it is not. There's more like kind of like goldish tones in here, gold green. Mauvey purpley, yeah. Which Better Have My Candy. I love it. Yeah, super duper cute. So I'm very excited about these. Oh, these are not showing well. These. So excited, and I also have that one to do first. I only wound up one so that I can just put these aside. But this is definitely going to be Patrick's Christmas present. So that means that I need to cast on soon if I'm going to knit us socks for Christmas. Because these could be both our Christmas socks, really. It's so cute. Why not? Who says it has to be red and green for Christmas Day, right? Whatever's special. Oh my gosh, my poor pinky. I'm drinking like this because I don't want to touch the cut. Hurts so much. Okay, so that is that. Then for mine, I found this. This is some deep stash of Dobby's Christmas socks, which all my Christmas colors are up in the shop, and I do have a new one that is going to be kind of like black and red and green. I just have to photograph it and then knit up a little swatch so you can see. Super love it. So this is DK. This is probably about 4 years old. So these would knit up really fast, DK weight socks for Christmas. I definitely want to do this. And then I found, while I was, cleaning, I found a hogshead which is a cream base with orange and brown speckles on there. And I want to make this into a hat. I've wanted to for a while because Hermione wears a hat that looks like it's kind of cream based with speckles when they go to the Hog's Head, and I really, really want to. I think it would also be really, really nice with, why am I really? It would be great with mohair as well. If I have a little bit in here, and I might do that to make it even warmer. And on the inside where it touches here, I might be doing a different color. I might go for a shade darker or something a bit darker because I wear makeup. So this is constantly going to get hit with my makeup. So I might use like an acrylic that would be touching my forehead. That isn't that, you know, like these nitpicks are great. Maybe that tan that I had set aside to do a little bit of the Yoda sweater, you know, with the cat. So maybe I'll just use it on the inside and then I'll double brim it so it'll be white on the outside. Yes, I think that would work. I want a nice cream hat. And then this is the purple. Oh my gosh. It's a little, yeah. There you go. Oh, I love it so much. I love purples. It looks great with my hair right now. So this is either the updated version of Night Bus or an entirely new color, because if we look at Night Bus next to it, you can see that they are different. So you got more blues, more pinks in the undertones of these. So though Night Bus, you know, maybe this just is a little more true. I don't know, but I do love the purple regardless. I will be making it into a sweater. I think it will be a high tide with ribbing and a little bit of a deeper neckline. I'm gonna add like 10 rows to make these panels just drop a little bit, and then so good. I love purple. So that is that. I am excited for that one. And I've got the hat and the socks, and I've got a lot of casting on that I want to do. But a good bit of things are going to go into stash as well. I'm gonna try to, I have a lot of whips. I know that. I have like sweaters and socks, and I've got so much going on. I don't need more. However, the heart wants what the heart wants. So, last bit is going to be future knitting, and then we'll just kind of wrap this up. But future knitting, I am about to cast on this palette right here. And I'll do a side-by-side. So in the trailer, Patrick Starfish puts on a sweater that he irons up and then puts it on. It cracks me up because it's knitting, and I just saw it and was like, I can make that. I can make that. So based on that photo, I have chosen these colors based on that photo. So very beachy, which like, it just cracks me up because seahorses are so summery, and then it's a full sleeve sweater. Just cracks me up. And I think I'm really happy with all these choices. I've got Dove Heather and Marina. This is Coral, and this one is Celestial, which is one of my favorite blues. Oh, is it not to die for? So good. I love this blue. So, I don't know if I want to dive right into sweater or if I want to attempt to just flush out the design with a cowl. Yep. I also think that it would be kind of cool to have a linen or cotton color work top and have it be short sleeves and probably not cropped because I just don't wear them enough. But you could crop it right after the bubbles, so you could. I have to knit it up to see what it's gonna look like. I don't know if I'll do the smallest version again, would be the fastest for sure, but I don't know who's gonna, all right, future Meg, I'd like to give it to my mom because she loves like shells and beach stuff. So I'd like to give it to my mom for Christmas, which means I would need to make the medium or the large size for the cowl, which means I don't know if this would be enough. I would have to find another ball of gray just in case. Well, I mean, like a good majority in the middle is these colors, but the gray is held throughout and I just don't know if I have enough. I'm trying so hard to use up yarn and I end up buying more because I'm one ball short of something. So I'm gonna look upstairs. I have a heavy suspicion that I have one ball, a new ball upstairs. This was pulled out of the stash. So before I cast on, because this will be the main thing that's held, I just think it's so cute. But yeah, so I think it would be a really cute sweater. And I will be designing that up. But in the meantime, to be able to test it, I think the cowl is really my best option. It'll get done fastest. I'll be able to see everything and then I can gift it. My mom won't wear a sweater, she'll wear a cowl because she gets really hot. Yeah. That's where I am. So possibly on the needles next week is this, and yeah, I just like sat here and was late to dinner on Saturday because I had to finish designing. Yeah, what else? That's about it. We have some guys coming in to do like the nail pops and cracks in the house. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so that definitely disrupts my dye days. I am trying very hard to dye up the rest of the Advents this week, so today's Thursday, so I have today and tomorrow, and a bit of Saturday, I guess, but we're trying to also clean and get stuff out of the way and get stuff put away, so that there is as little as possible in their way, which is rough for someone who has a lot of craft stuff. So yeah. I will be doing more dyeing, more tidying, all the fun stuff. I am having a good time. So my hair is a little bit later. I washed it at least once since last week, but more excitingly, my dragon braid. I love it so much. For this, you like start with one and then you make another pony. You take the first pony, split it in half, take the second pony, pull it forward, hold it here. Take the other two pieces, tie them behind it, and then do it again. Like split the first, put the first one through, tie those off, and then do it again. So it's just so fun, little dragon braid. And then putting beads here always looks very cool. I just don't have them, but I've seen like people like bead it up and you just kind of make a part. Mine isn't super straight, but I wasn't too worried about that. Yeah. But yeah, so it felt very, I don't know. I felt like doing it this morning. I saw a YouTube talk about it again. I was like, oh, forgot about dragon braid. I love dragon braid. And then I just wanted to do it, so I did. And whatever makes you happy, right? Coffee makes me happy, for sure. But yeah, so that's everything. I am wearing Maybelline Matte Ink in the Amazonian colorway for my lipstick. I have lost an earring. It was this one from Comfy Earrings. I don't know if the dog, sometimes she'll like lick my ears. Sometimes by doing that, she spins it in such a way that she unhooks the back, and that must have been what happened. So I am missing an earring. So now I'm just super trendy with one earring. So sad. If you love earrings that do not poke you when you sleep, I highly recommend Comfy Earrings. They have the little rounded back. Let me just turn my head. They have the little rounded back, so you're able to sleep, shower, swim, everything, talk on the phone without any pokes or prods or anything, and I am a huge fan. I am genuinely very upset that Gypsy probably unscrewed it on me. Naturally, they don't come out they come out when you unscrew them. So she must have just done this in a certain way so many times, and I do check them. I just obviously missed it. I didn't realize it until last night, so I have no idea where I lost it. Sometimes, you know, if she does it and then it'll fall out, I'll hear it hit the ground. I'm like, what's happened? Oh, and then I find it. But I have no memory, so sad. So sad. So sad. All right, that's about that. Get your hashtags in, wash your hands, don't touch your face, wear a mask when you go outside. Please, we are not done. We are not done. We are going back into lockdown because people are not doing it. So please just do the thing. It's not that hard. Get a cute mask that you want to wear out. Like, do the thing. What else? I think that's everything. Next Friday I have my infusion. So again, super quarantine right here. Can I have more coffee? Because I really need it. And I am going to just clean this up so the desk is at least clear. Bad. I hope that wherever you are, you're finding a bit of peace, a little bit of coffee, tea, water, wine, whatever you need, and reminding you to take it one cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be. And I will see you next week.